Hello there. First of all, let me start with a small announcement. You might have noticed that I was hosted by Ben Johnson on his Perpetual Chess Podcast. It was aired just a few days ago, so I will put, in case you didn't see it, I will put the links below so you can listen to the podcast. The topic was adult chess improvement, of course, and well, I just want to use this opportunity to once again thank Ben. It was really a great experience to be on his host. I'm also a great fan of Perpetual Chess host, so I recommend you to listen all the episodes there. He has some really great guests, and from recently he also has this subtopic called adult chess improvement. So he's interviewing adult chess improvers, and you can really hear lots of useful advice there. I know I did. So thanks, Ben, once again. And this hosting, in fact, inspired me to do this video. I got lots of feedback, and also I got lots of new subscribers. The attention to my channel was sparked after the podcast, and I got many comments and private messages. And as I expected, my regards and my philosophy about openings sparked some controversy. So I just wanted to make clear what do I mean when I say don't study openings. If you watch my videos, if you know my videos from before, if you watched my guide to adult improvement in chess series or any of my game analysis, in fact, I always repeat don't study openings, don't learn variations by heart, try to play following logic and so on. And so you probably know my philosophy and what do I mean when I say don't study openings. There is nothing wrong in learning openings per se, but the way in which most people are learning openings, I believe, is fundamentally wrong, especially if you are rated 2000 rated points or below. And this wrong approach is I will just take the book, or I will take a course or anything, and I will just shut myself in the room and spend 300 hours learning variations, main lines, and learning openings in a way. If I play this, he plays this. If he plays this, I will play this, and so on. It doesn't make sense. First of all, because on your level, you will not encounter main lines so much, because your opponents will also not be familiar with critical main lines, so you will most likely learn many things which you will never apply, or you will apply once you go higher in the rating, above 2000 FIDE, and then you will probably forget what you have learned before, and you'll have to learn it again. So it doesn't make any sense. But still, it also doesn't make any sense to come to the board and not know anything about how to open the game. So I will, in this video, I will show you what is, in my opinion, the proper way, the only proper way to approach openings. And I will do it by taking the example of Italian opening. And this philosophy, this approach can be applied to any openings you want to play. I will just use this one for example. So the Italian game is, if you play with e4, he responds e5, knight f3, so the most natural developing move, you don't have to know anything, attacking the pawn, he's defending the pawn, and now you play bishop to c4. This is Italian game. If you play the bishop to b5, it will be the Spanish game. Okay, so this opening is 4 centuries old, at least 4 centuries, played by Giacomo Greco, and it's still played today. It was played just 2 days ago in the candidates tournament, the Italian game. And also, well, most people, when they learn chess, especially if they are kids, these 3 moves are the first 3 moves you learn to play. So this is how you learn to play chess, and this is opening which was played for 4 centuries, and it's still played on all levels of chess. So this means that this is a sound and good opening. So this is the first step. You need to choose a sound and good classical opening. So don't experiment, don't play some crazy stuff from the beginning. You want to choose something which is solid, which has passed the test of time, and which is played on all levels. The Italian game is one of these choices. Okay, so let's stop right here and see what are the ideas. Why did we play in such manner? So we have several goals out of the opening. We want to castle, we want to make our king safe, we want to develop our pieces, and we want to seize the center. So these moves does almost everything. So the pawn is in the center, we have developed two pieces on very good squares, and we are ready to castle. So this is why we play this. So in the further development of the game, we want to establish a pawn center. So this is always a good thing to do. So when you have full pawn center, this usually gives you a much better position, and we want to develop our other pieces. So this is the goal. Now it's black turn. Let's say that black responds with bishop to c5. Why does he play this? Because he wants to stop us from seizing the center. So this is the first idea you need to know. When possible, play d4 because you want to grab the center. Okay, now he plays this bishop. I still want to play, so my idea is, okay, I could castle now, it will be okay. But let's say that I'm not in hurry to castle because my king can castle anytime and there are no threats to the king. I'm more interested in the center and in developing my pieces. So in order to develop pieces, I have to move the pawn, and I want to move it in the center to have this nice full center. So I play here c3. c3 with the idea of d4. So I'm just following the idea. I'm not now, this is the point, and this will be the point of whole this video. I'm not following some variation which I know by heart. Okay, if he plays bishop c5, then I will play c3. No, I want to seize the center. Whatever he plays, I will do whatever I can to seize the center. I'll show later sidelines and we'll see how this idea thinking works. So I want to seize the center, and let's say that he plays knight to f6. Now I cannot play d4 because now my pawn is hanging. It's not completely true. I can play d4, and this is one of the main lines, and this was played a lot, especially in the 19th century. So I can play right here. I can play d4, but then I get some tactical complications. He has very many ways to respond. He can, for example, take the pawn. Now I take the pawn, he gives check, and so on. So this is, and this pawn is hanging all the time. So this is complicated, and this is playable, but this leads to very sharp tactical positions and variations out of the opening, and I want to avoid this. Why? For several reasons. First of all, if you want to play sharp opening variations out of the opening, then you need to know many variations by heart, because lots of these sharp variations cannot be found on the board because they are complicated and they have very hidden ideas. So usually people, when they play these sharp openings, they analyze beforehand using engines and everything, and then they learn by heart many variations. Also, you need to be very tactical aware. You need to have good board vision. You need to have excellent tactical abilities, which as an adult improver you most likely don't have. And the third thing, most important, you want to make your games a learning experience. You want to learn about chess. You don't want to just open the position and have tactical mayhem on the board. You want to learn how to play positional chess. You want to go to the end game, maybe learn end games, learn positional maneuvering, fight for the center, learn how to apply basic chess principles. And you don't have the chance to do this if you have a crazy game right from the beginning. So what is the alternative of this move? I will just play d3 just to, okay, he's attacking my pawn, I'm defending my pawn. So nothing more. And this pawn is handy because I still control d4. So also, although my pawn isn't in the center, I still control d4. So he cannot jump right here. So this is all are in accordance to idea. Okay. So what can he do now? There is also one other idea which you have to know, and this idea is his opportunity to grab my bishop pair, especially my light square bishop. So the idea you need to know about this opening is that this light square bishop is very important in your game. So if he tries something like this at any point, you have to be aware of this threat. At this moment, this is not threat because I'll just take the pawn. Okay, so it's not a threat, and if he takes, I can even take back with knight, so I don't even ruin my pawn structure. So this is not a threat at this moment, but once he defends this his pawn, then this could be a threat. So let's say that he castles here. let's say the Thai castle, and now he can play the d6. So now he's defending the pawn, opening his bishop. This is logical move, and now I cannot. This pawn is no longer hanging, so I have to be aware of this possibility, this threat. And if he plays knight a5, he will win my bishop, and he will win my bishop pair, and I will no longer have this strong bishop. This bishop is the most important in my position. This is also the idea you need to know. So what do? I play bishop b3 at this moment. So I don't want him to capture. So again, this is the idea. This is not move order I remembered, I learned by heart. So the idea is, this bishop is very strong. He wants to grab my bishop. I have to be careful about preserving my bishop. Once he guards this pawn, this knight is free to go, and he can do stuff like this. So this is why I play this. Okay, let's just play some move for black. Let's say that he plays this h6, preventing me from developing my bishop. So let's speak about, okay, but before this, or let's say that he, okay, let's just stop right here. So what are other ideas involved? Ideas regarding pieces. So what is the prospect of this knight here? It cannot go to c3 because the pawn is on c3. So I need to bring this knight somehow in the center. And the typical maneuver is this. So you can develop knight on d2, and then you can bring it on f1 after your rook moves, and then you have two nice squares for your knight. It can go either to e3, it depends how the game will continue, or to g3, and maybe even aim for f5. So this is the idea, and you don't have to follow this verbatim. You will see how the game goes, but you have this idea. Also, what about this bishop? Well, it can go to e3 and be exchanged for this bishop. Like I said, this bishop is the most important in my position, and vice versa. This bishop is very important to black's position. So if I can exchange these bishops, it will be okay for me to do so. Okay, so this bishop can go either here, or it can go to g5, pinning the knight. It will depend. So now I have, and this rook obviously goes to e1, defending this pawn. So I have some ideas, and now I will see, I don't know any move orders, but I will see how the game will go and how will I implement ideas. Of course, my original idea from the move on was to push d4, and this will also, I will seize the first opportunity to push d4. First of all, I have to take care of this pawn. I don't want after d4 that this pawn should hang. So maybe after the rook moves, or after the conditions are okay. So you can see the point. I don't have the recipe. What should I play if he plays something? I'll just see. So let's play. Let's say he plays h6. Okay, now I cannot play this. Now I can play bishop here. I can play knight, or I can just bring rook, for example. I'm not even sure that this is the best move, but this is in accordance with the idea. Okay. So what can he play? Let's say that he develops his bishop. I can just now go with my idea. And now, of course, there are lots of subtle other ideas. For example, I know that this bishop will not be staying here for long, because I can kick it. I can kick it with h3, and then when he moves here, I can again kick it away. So this is one idea I know. And okay, I can just stop here. So because I don't know how the game will develop, but this is the main line. So the main line is all about ideas. So you need to know, you need to have idea what to do with this bishop, what to do with this knight, what to do with this rook, how to save this bishop, and how to play with your pawns. What are your goals with your pawns? Okay. So I hope you got my point. I know how to play these positions, and I play these positions a lot, and I have a very good score with this, but I don't know move orders. Okay, let's go to, so this is the main line. Let's go to some other line. So let's say, for example, okay, Let's say, for example, he doesn't play bishop here, but he plays knight. So we have other variation. What to do here? Again, there are two choices. One is, well, this f7 square is weak, and you can go for g5, knight g5, which can lead to fried liver attack. Fried liver attack is when you sacrifice a knight, and you bring your opponent's king in the center, and then you attack, and you most likely sacrifice even the rook, and so on. So this is very sharp line, and like I said, you don't want, well, I don't want to play sharp lines from the opening, because I want to learn more about chess, I want to play positionally, I want to do piece maneuvering, and the tactics is not my strongest trait in the chess, so I don't want to do this. So what should I do here? Well, I'm just following my main idea. Okay, pawn is attacked, I will just defend the pawn. Nothing more. And I will again try to do, it most likely transposes, so I will again try to play for d4. So nothing to worry about this. Because this is the problem. People learn variations, and then your opponents play something which you are not prepared to, and then, oh my goodness, I'm out of the book. What should I do now? I'm out of the book. No, you're not out of the book. If your book is a book of ideas, then you are not out of the book. You're still in your book of ideas. You just have to apply them differently. So what if he plays here d6? Okay, then I follow my main idea, and I play d4. So if he allows me to play d4, I will play d4. So you can see that this move doesn't allow me to play d4. Okay. This move either doesn't allow me to play d4 because this pawn is hanging and it's tactical complications. But this move, okay, thank you very much, I will play d4 now. If we exchange, I'm better. I have the queen in the center. This queen cannot be attacked by his knight because the knight isn't here. And I can play chess from here. I don't need to know anything more about how to handle the game, move orders or something. And many people would panic here. Oh, now I'm out of the book. In this previous variation, I was in the book. I knew 15 moves, but now it's move 6, and I'm out of the book. Yes, but you have a better position, and now you just play chess. So this is the point. So, what other ideas are there? Okay, so there are also some tactical ideas regarding opening. So I was speaking about more of the positional ideas, but there are some tactical ideas. So let's say that he plays like this. Okay, and let's say he plays d6 here. Okay, I can just castle, for example, and let's say that now he tries to attack my place knight a5 and attack my bishop. And now there is an idea. You can see that these pieces are great for fork. They are in the ideal position. So I can just temporarily sacrifice this bishop. He takes the bishop, and I play b4 forking. So now I will get my piece back, and I also ruined his king position. So he doesn't have f-pawn. He lost his castling privilege, and I'm just better. So do I know how to play this position in terms of moves and move order? No. This is where I stop. So I know that from this moment on I have a better position, and now I just need to I have to play chess. I have many opportunities. I can check him here, I can check him here. Most likely he will also take my f-pawn. I can capture with the rook. He'll move away with the knight. Something like this will most likely happen. And okay, from this moment on I have really nice position. So you can see the king is pinned, there is this check, there is this check, so I have several tempos on my disposal. I can develop my bishop freely. I can go with my knight from d2 wherever I want. I have many opportunities. So I don't have to know anything theoretically about this. I just know that I have better position, and now I have to play chess. How did I learn this idea? So where were we? Okay, how did I learn this? From my own games. So this is the way you learn openings and ideas and tactical patterns. So after you play the game, you should analyze your game. You can turn on the engine. You can turn on the Lichess book, and see the ideas. And I got this exact position in one of my games, and I don't remember what I played. I probably played something like bishop b3. He took, I took, something like this. And then later on, when I analyzed the game, the computer, I think even the book showed me this idea. And I remember this idea. So I know this idea, and if it occurs, I will apply the idea. Again, I don't know the move order. I don't know in which moment this could happen, but I know that it could happen. It's possible. So another idea: if he plays knight to a5, I can go for this. But there is also another idea which can be also used in many different situations: is to play bishop to b5 check, and then let's say he blocks the check, and then I can again. I have my square escape c3, c2. So this c2 is generally escape square for my bishop. In any variations, if he attacks, this is why I want to move this on b3 previously. Okay, so this is on another idea. How did I learn this idea? Again, from the post-mortem analysis. So I think this is it for. This is all I know about Italian game, pretty much. Okay. So let's go just summarize. The important thing is that you know several ideas about the opening, and then you will apply them as the game continues. You don't need to know move orders, you don't need to know variations. So your goal is to establish pawn center. You'll play c3 in order to establish pawn center. He will most likely fight you against playing d4, and then you will postpone d4. You will play then d3, you will postpone d4 until the opportunity arises to play d4. If he plays differently, if he allows you to play d4 sooner, you will play d4 sooner. Another idea is that this bishop is very important in your position, so you don't want you need to be aware of this threat. You want to make sure you make escape square for your bishop, either by playing c3 and then attacking it on c2, or the modern variation is to play a4 once you see that this attack is possible. So play a4 and then attack your bishop here on a2. This is also possible. So this is the idea. What other ideas are they? You want to castle, you want to put your rook on e-file, defending e4 pawn. This knight will most likely do this kind of maneuvering, and then from here it will go either here or here. This is the idea. This bishop will go either to e3 or g5. It depends on the position. And this is it. So you know 5 positional ideas, and you know some tactical ideas. So you know that if this bishop is here and this knight comes here, you can take the bishop and fork these pieces. This is tactical idea, let's say. So you know some basic tactical ideas, and you know 5 positional ideas, and then you play your openings, and of course you do post-mortem, you analyze the game, you see what you have done better, and this is how you learn openings. So this was what I was thinking about, how to learn openings. What are practical, maybe some more practical advice how to come to these ideas? Well, you just pick them up. This is how I learned them. So you analyze your games, you read the books, not books about openings, but books about game collections, books about strategy, and mostly game collections. You watch masters play. You can watch John Bartholomew, for example, climbing the rating ladder on his Chess Fundamental series, and you will pick up many ideas. And well, this is how you pick up your ideas. So there are some Hanging Pawns channel has some very good tutorials about opening. So in his introductory opening videos, he often gives you many basic ideas about the openings. So this is you can watch these videos and just to pick up some ideas. And well, this is the way you go. Especially if you have the opportunity to analyze your games or to discuss your games with someone who is higher rated than you, then it's very, very good to do this, because then he will most likely give you the feedback, and he will tell you about some basic ideas in your positions. So this is what I wanted to say about openings. And like I said, the Italian opening is just an example. This is one opening I happen to know, so I happen to know many ideas about, so I wanted to take this as example, but this approach should be applied to any openings you choose to play, be it as white, be it as black. So think about ideas, and then during the game follow the ideas, and you will be you will be very good. In fact, you will be most likely in the advantage over your opponent, because you will know typical ideas and plans, and if he doesn't know ideas and plans, then you will eventually get a better position for sure. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, click the like button, leave the comment below. If you want me to analyze your games on this channel, you can subscribe to my Patreon channel. The link will be below. I will also link the Perpetual Chess podcast episode. So see you very soon with more chess. Cheers.